Hello everyone, you're watching OdishaTV.in. I'm Subhojit Panda with today's top stories from across the state. Let's have a quick look at the top 5 headlines of the day. BJD MP Jai Panda tax complaints farcical, blows lid off conspiracy through Facebook post. Over 90 houses gutted in a fire mishap in BERHAMPUR, rescue operations underway. Cine artists Mihir Das, Anu Chaudhary to join BJP tomorrow. 2 Odia kids to receive Bravery Award from Prime Minister for saving lives. And Odisha Premier Badminton League 2018 inaugurated in Cuttack. Now the details. Following a string of verbal and written complaints against BJD MP Jai Panda to Party President and Chief Minister Naveen Patnaik over his alleged anti-party activities, the parliamentarian today blew the lid off the entire happenings through a Facebook post. The MP has stated on the social media platform about the complaints as farcical and orchestrated and posted some photographs to prove the claims of the complainants wrong. He has also captioned all the pictures and pointed at BJD's database block chairman who, the photo shows, was with him to review the construction of the district's first large auditorium scheduled to be inaugurated soon. The MP has also reiterated the involvement of a Babu politician in the whole episode and said a serving bureaucrat being actively involved in politics is strictly forbidden in the service code, stating that he is ready to respond to the complaints that the party's district observer sends. Panda expressed his gratitude to his constituents. On the other hand, BJD's Kendrapada district president Dhruva Sahu on Thursday submitted a report to party supremo and Chief Minister Naveen Patnaik on what he and some members consider as the party MP Baijan Jai Panda's anti-party activities. In the report, Sahu stated that the Kendrapada MP ignores party workers and their interest and is guided by a few henchmen who are either from Congress or BJP. He also alleged in the report that Panda never consults party workers while selecting projects to be taken up from MP LED fund. Over 90 houses were gutted in a major fire mishap at Getta slum near Biju Patnaik Park in BERHAMPUR town on Thursday. Though the exact cause of fire is still unclear, it is suspected that the mishap occurred due to a cylinder explosion in one of the houses which spread to all other houses. Immediately, 2 fire-tending vehicles were pressed into service to douse the flames. Meanwhile, efforts have begun to provide necessary assistance to the people affected in fire. The administration has set up a camp in the area and provided packed food to all the affected families. This apart, several locals came forward and assisted the government and provided usable clothes, sweaters and blankets as the families lost most of their household items in the incident. Bollywood actors Mihir Das and Anu Chaudhary will join the Bharatiya Janata Party at the state party office in Bhubaneswar tomorrow. As per sources, the 2 cine artists along with former Satyabadi MLA Rama Ranjan Badiyar Singh, who had recently resigned from the ruling BJD, will join the BJP at the party headquarters in the presence of senior leaders, including Union Minister Dharmendra Pradhan. The party will organize MISHRAN PARVA for the same in the afternoon tomorrow. Making Odisha proud, Ashanti Dalai of Kendrapada and Pankaj Mohanta of Keonjhar will be conferred with National Bravery Award at a special function in New Delhi on 24 January. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will award 4-year-old Ashanti and 14-year-old Pankaj for their bravery to save lives of 4 persons in separate incidents. While Ashanti rescued her elder sister from a crocodile attack near a pond in Dongamala village under Rajnagar block in Kendrapada district, Pankaj had rescued 3 women one by one from being swept away by strong currents in a river. A businessman was shot dead by unidentified miscreants over suspected business rivalry near Pollavani on NH 18 under Baripada Town Police Station in Mayurbhanj district late last night. The body of the deceased, identified as Partha Sarathi Das of Station Bazaar, along with a motorcycle, was found on a field near Pollavani this morning. On receiving information, police rushed to the spot and started investigation into the incident. The cops also seized an empty bullet case from the spot. It is suspected that Das has been murdered by some miscreants over business rivalry. With the Election Commission announcing the dates for polls in 3 states without any word on the Bijapur by-election, a war of words has ensued once again between the BJP, BJD and the Congress in Odisha. The BJD and the Congress lashed out at the BJP, alleging that the Saffron Party is intentionally delaying the bypoll by misusing its power. The Congress too came down heavily on the BJP, alleging that the bypoll is being delayed due to vested interests. However, the Odisha unit of BJP refuted the allegation, stating that the BJD and the Congress are pointing fingers at the party without any proof. Following in the path of Telangana government, the Odisha Prisons Department is contemplating to give life-term prisoners in the state another chance at life. It is gearing up to engage them to run petrol pumps in various jail circles in the state. Upbeat with the success achieved by Telangana government, Odisha will be starting a pilot project aimed at reforming jail inmates and allowing them to operate petrol pumps planned to be set up outside various jail circles. The department December last year had given a proposal to the Home Department in this regard. As per sources, IOCL, BPCL and HPCL have given a green signal for the pilot project and development of petrol pumps reportedly planned to be set up outside Jamujhari, Baripada and Berhampur jail circles. As per Jail Reforms and Rehabilitation Scheme, the pumps will run in 2 shifts with more than 15 prisoners in each shift, along with 2 jail staff taking the responsibility of supervisor and attendant, and the profit earned from the petrol pumps would be deposited in the jail welfare fund as well as utilized as incentives for the prisoners. A team of vigilance officials today raided official residence of 3 officers of Lathikota block in Sundargarh district on charges of their involvement in financial irregularities. The sleuths searched the houses of BDO Punnachandra Bhoi, additional executive engineer Rajkishore Sahu and additional engineer Budheshwar Sahu located in Chend colony. The NSPCL power plant had granted rupees 1.32 crore to the local administration for construction of the rural road. However, after financial irregularities of rupees 42 lakh were alleged in construction of rural road in the block, an investigation was initiated by the vigilance. Besides, it was also alleged that the work order was given without inviting a tender in 2017. Mystery shrouds the death of a woman and her 8-month-old daughter, whose charred bodies were recovered from the house at Chidima village in Nabarangpur district on Thursday. On getting information, police rushed to the spot and found both bodies burning inside the house. Though it is still unclear whether it is a case of suicide or murder, police have detained the deceased woman's husband, Tonkadara Bhatra, in connection with the incident. Sources said the deceased woman was Bhatra's 5th wife. However, the couple's relationship had grown turbulent over the last 4 to 5 months as they used to quarrel over petty issues. Protesting rise in fuel prices, activists of the BJD Youth and Students Wing staged demonstration near Master Canteen Square in Bhubaneswar on Thursday. The BJD activists carried out a rally on bullock carts and staged protests at the Master Canteen Square, demanding immediate cut in fuel prices. The ruling party alleged that fuel prices in India are among the highest in South Asia, despite the fact that the country's neighboring nations depend on the same sources for crude oil. The rising fuel prices have adversely affected the common man, said Sanjay Das Parma, adding that the party will continue its protest till the fuel prices come down. Meanwhile, the BJP termed the demonstration of the ruling party as a political gimmick, alleging that the party is trying to divert the attention of the people from its failure in dealing with the real issues plaguing the state. First of its kind in the state, Odisha Premier Badminton League 2018 has been inaugurated in Cuttack. This 3-day tournament was inaugurated by District Magistrate and Collector of Cuttack, Sushanta Mahapatra, in presence of international cricketer Debashish Mahanti and Commanding Officer NCC Cuttack, Colonel Ranjit Singh. Reportedly, 8 teams divided into 2 groups are participating in this tournament held at Jawaharlal Nehru Indoor Stadium. In the opening ceremony, all the 8 teams, ABC Warriors, Barapati Stars, Birdbill Tigers, Falcon Fighters, Dhenkanal Defenders, Kalinga Strikers, Albion Lions and Puri Smash Kings came in march past with the team jerseys and flags in presence of the dignitaries on the stage. The final will be played on 21st January. At the sidelines of the Odisha release of the novel Clouds, OdishaTV.in caught up with writer Chandrahas Chaudhary for a short interview. Let's have a look.
So my mother lives in Bhubaneswar and I'm here every 2 months, and I think growing up as Odia somewhat distant from Bhubaneswar was a very interesting experience because we'd come back very often. My grandparents lived in Kunjapatna Sai in Old Town, and a lot of my memories of childhood are from Odisha. Now when I come back, there's some I'm able to link my lives in Bombay and Delhi, which is where I've lived most of my life, and my travels abroad to how life is lived here, and also have memories of what changes have occurred in the last 20 or 25 years. And of course I have many friends in Odia literature who have given me a lot in terms of what I know both of the literature of the state and of literature in general. Odisha is a very big part of my new book, Clouds. Bhubaneswar is a big character in the story, as are 3 or 4 people in it who to me represent different sides of the Odia imagination, whether it is religious, political, and so I've tried to devise a story that makes sense to Odias and especially young Odia people today about what are the different possibilities of living available in our time between the world of Jagannath and another kind of world outside him, which sometimes there's no place for him as well. I think that is the kind of tension I've tried to set up in my story. Well, I think among 20th century Indian novelists, there's no novelist across the different languages whose prose so closely approximates the condition of music as Gopinath Mahanti. You can read page by page of him, and his lyricism is absolutely beautiful. So, also, he has very unusual social profile in having been a civil servant who lived extensively among the tribals and brought to Odia literature some of the greatest stories. Paraja not only extremely moving stories, but there's something about him technically, the compactness of his chapters, the intensity of his language that make for a very profound experience of the novel. To me, he's an inspiration, not just personally, but I think anybody interested in novels in India, you cannot you have not lived a full novelistic life if you have not read Paraja or Amrita or Santana or these, I think, are 2 of the greatest books in Indian literature. I don't know that, as I can tell, I wish every Odia person of middle class and above knows the names of the great Odia writers. I'm not sure how many people read them on a daily, monthly or yearly basis, and how many people live their lives through them. That would be another level of reading. But the few people who know and love Odia language and literature, to me, they represent some of the greatest literary minds and experiences of ras or aestheticism that I've had in my life. And sometimes you can put them all together in a dinner party, cook up a pot of mangsa, and have some wonderful, wonderful experiences. Talking freely across the centuries, across books, across words. It's very nice. I'm writing a book set in one of the greatest universities I ever went to, a Chinese restaurant in Bombay, where I used to live above it, and meeting the customers every day, the staff, the proprietor, shopping for it, tasting for it, wandering through the kitchen, sitting at the tables. It was one of the most wonderful times of my life, and the experience of food is something that brings human beings together. And I especially find it odd that in Bhubaneswar today, still young men, I don't know about you guys, but as somebody said to me last week, there is a cook in everybody, whether man or woman. And when you learn how to cook, you also know you learn to enjoy cooking for people, which is something I do in Delhi every week. And to me, this is a dream that I have. In 20 or 30 years, every person in India knows knows how to cook. And when you meet, before very long, you say ki "Ama ghar guasa, ama ekaseng khaiba." I think there are 2 things very necessary for writing fiction. One is living life on terms that are different to those given to you by your family, i.e. to write a story, you don't need an experience of society that is not just that which is given to you by your caste, your religion, your social background, to have a point of view different from that. And two, of course, is to love to read and not want to write and not want other people to read you before you have read other people. I find that sometimes, of course, everybody is hot with aspirations nowadays, so people once they start writing wonder, why can't I get published? I have to say, as a young person, I'm today 37, youth lasts a very long time if it is lived well. So even if you start at 21 or 22 and you publish for the first time at 32, you have still many years left to publish. So to know what quality is first, to really love books, if you start writing from that emotion, having lived life and knowing what is the story you want to tell. For those who are starting out, I think having a library of your own and learning to love that library is the basis of a life in literature.
Before wrapping up, a quick look at the headlines once again. BJD MP Jai Panda tax complaints farcical, blows lid off conspiracy through Facebook post. Over 90 houses gutted in a fire mishap in BERHAMPUR, rescue operations underway. Cine artists Mihir Das, Anu Chaudhary to join BJP tomorrow. 2 Odia kids to receive Bravery Award from Prime Minister for saving lives. And Odisha Premier Badminton League 2018 inaugurated in Cuttack. That's all for today. For more news and updates, please log on to our website www.odishatv.in. Thanks for watching.